This story is very profound. It's almost like I've been handed something and a responsibility. So how do we start? I've never done a fiction before. It's not really fiction because it's what really happened, but it's a story. It's not like a person that you can see and touch. Catrina. She's such a mystery, this woman. And why me? It all started, and I did a video about it. I'll put the link in the notes. The epiphany that I had on the streets of Mexico City. The reason that I bring up José Guadalupe Posada and his lithograph of the skeletal woman, the reason is, as an artist, I know that everything that I paint, every character that I write, for every song, every character and every libretto is based on a real person. The qualities of a real person. You can't make up all those characters, or you'd just be duplicating yourself. What he expressed in that etching, mostly he did political cartoons, and they always represented somebody. But this one is a mystery. Who is this woman?
Salías del templo un día y llorona, cuando al pasar yo te vi. Salías del templo un día y llorona, cuando al pasar yo te vi. Hermoso huipil llevabas, llorona, que en la Virgen te creí. Hermoso huipil llevabas, llorona.
And trying to find out who she was is what caused this whole experience of channeling her story. She was a real woman, and he saw something in her, and I can see it too. And she has become the saint of Dia de Muertos. It's about Catrina. And then I was given this task to tell the story of Catrina, and I wanted to do it as an opera, but that's just too bloody expensive. Then I did the ballet. But I want to tell you the story of how I discovered who this woman is and the things that she told me about her life. It's an amazing story. When I first went down the path to create an opera, do the libretto and all that, I didn't know that I could write. I wasn't doing, maybe I still can't, but I'm doing it anyway. The applause goes to those that do. When I was working on the libretto, I saw something that's an interview about Stephen King. And he said that what he does is he just develops the characters until they become real inside of him, and then puts them in situations, and then he knows how they'll respond because of who they are. So that was an interesting process. Rather than researching and finding out who is this Catrina, just listen. Listen to what she might have to say. And eventually, I started writing the songs. In order to write the songs, you have to think about who is this woman, what happened to this woman. Like any processes, it gets easier and easier. And eventually she started telling me stuff about her life. All this stuff, as I started to understand who this woman was. A very simple flower vendor. Ended up becoming a revolutionary, part of the revolution. And how did it happen? And how did it happen to her? And I want to pass on that story for whatever reason, because it's the truth. And she was a real woman, and she's here for a reason, and her spirit has come back for a reason, and her spirit is talking to me for a reason. And we'll get to that at the end. It's quite monumental. It's a huge deal. Anyway, so we're going to get started on that. I'll give you a little bit of the history of who she was and what I found out historically later, and then we'll go from there. Thank you for following. You know, it's really thrilling. I've got a little hardcore group of followers now. It's very pleasing to know at least one or two people are coming along with me for this ride. It's an amazing ride.